Hello everyone, how's it going? This is a special request from JustJesss channel YouTube. A friend of hers I've met before, Otakutan. I had time to do a quick little sketch. I think she was the Princess Peach cosplayer. One of the cosplayers I've met in that secret Nintendo event. So she showed it to her friend JustJesss, and JustJesss wanted a picture. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it after Otakutan. One in the morning practice, and here I went. So I've learned a good amount of stuff. I'll try to resume it as quickly as I can because this video is going out quite fast. But already I kind of started out with the Varenton Red. Varenton Prismacolor is something that's quite crucial for this kind of paper for me, because you'll see this is a first out of two attempt. This first attempt was just trying to get a cool facial expression I saw in one of her videos about the reveal for Smash and Roy. The Roy reveal in Smash. Woo! So that was a really cool shot of like, yeah! Like, Roy's here! You know, this pumped up shot. And I had the Specchio face from Chrono Trigger once you fight him and he gets upgraded. But a couple of things happened during the process. One, I couldn't really get the facial expression the way I wanted, so I was toggling back and forth between her picture from the video, which I've paused, and then my own face, which I had, I set up a mirror on the side. You might see me just pause for a couple of seconds just to set up a mirror on the side and try to get that face. So that was one thing, and two, I didn't really do a model sheet type of breakdown of her beforehand. Now, why am I talking about model sheet? It's because once you want to modify and play around with expressions, I feel that it's much easier when you have a model sheet already showing you the base proportion of that person slash character. So I've kind of like just took a note of that mistake from the start, because if I had her already drawn in, a small little breakdown model sheet, then things may have gone better. Now, a second thing is, you saw me trying to erase. Well, Varenton is not really the type of pencil so you can erase, but all that is kind of linked up to the fact that right now I'm trying to use a 10B, and this is where everything kind of fell apart for that picture. I was trying to use a 10B, which is smooth, so smooth. It's smooth as hell, to do cleanup, which doesn't really work with the way I do things, because 10B is really smooth. I mostly tend to use it for, like, just rough sketches and just keeping things really rough to try and explore character. But now I try to go clean up on this, and I can just gulp my saliva out of that mistake. Trying to talk too fast, but I was trying to use 10B for cleanup, and I've kind of noticed it's like, that's not really working it for me, because I'm trying to get some very angular corners at times, and seeing that the pencil is really smooth like butter, it kind of cracks up in a sense, and it just doesn't let me take angles as well as I want. So my first attempt was really trying to get the cleanup process, which I really respect a lot of people. Everyone who's able to clean up their own drawing when it comes to animation, or clean up other animators' drawing, you guys get my thumbs up, because cleaning up is a pain. I will go on notice for that. And then again, you can see I kind of fucked up when it comes to the facial expression, where I should have stuck to the Specchio. Again, best reference I have for that kind of face, but the Specchio face, when it came to be exaggerated, instead of trying to go for the westernized version of the weird, how do you say it, triangular anime type of face, which only works when you exaggerate it to that point and not westernize exaggeration, So I was trying to do this weird combination. Eventually, both me realizing that the drawing wasn't as good as I could have done, and just lacking model sheet to get the character's proportion and getting it down, it just kind of throw this drawing into a dump, because I didn't really fucking like it. And you can see I'm just going faster and faster, just going, okay, I just want to end this drawing and move on to something much better that I'll do. and you'll see I'll have a salty run back, but um, a couple of things another thing that kind of came up is trying to basically go from at the beginning you saw me draw quickly. Maybe you know what, I'll bring this back into the next drawing. Maybe there's something a bit more apparent, or maybe it's gonna be too light. Anyhow, so yeah, at this point, just okay, this piece of paper and the 10B, not really a good combination for cleanup. Now I know, and I'm not gonna try to be so fucking stubborn about trying to get cleanup. But I'm still gonna give like 2 thumbs up for that facial expression that she had on her Smash reveal video at 3 minutes 6 and 3 minutes 11. I'm telling you this mostly because I'm not gonna take the video, extract it and put it there, or go back and take screen caps. I'm just a tad bit tired and I have to jump onto freelancing, so sorry guys, I'm being a bit lazy, but I'll drop a link in the description. So yeah, those are really great facial expression when it comes to like, oh, hype, Roy! Too bad that the drawing at that point didn't really work for that specific case. So, round 2. Fight! So, here comes round 2 where I'm like, you know what, okay. I'm gonna take a lighter Prismacolor, and it's not gonna be a Virentin for the start. So I took, what is this? It's Poppy Red, I think. Yes. No, Scarlet Red. I take that back. It's not Poppy. So I took a Scarlet Red just to do a very, very quick breakdown, and that's what I kind of want to get into. At first, on this one, I was looser, mostly focusing on having the expression there, the volume there, and having somewhat of an iconic shape for her hair, for her glasses, and as a character. Of course, I kind of cheaped out and went for a bust, mostly because busts are easier to lay things down compared to having actual movements. You can take some points off for me on that one, but I kind of wanted to have a run back on this and just messing around with a paper in a sense. So started out with the usual Prismacolor Prismacolor Coal Erase red, and just, alright, let's have a breakdown of it. Let's just drop the expression as fast as I can, get the iconic look, and then let's add or solidify my 3D forms by adding a very, very light grid or you know, trying to make all the elements that I've added into this very light grid. So I'm going from instinct type of drawing, you know, just popping out instinct, you know, and then straight up at round 1, and then actually round 2, so that would count. And then I started to add breakdown and structure, you know, just to trying to make it more coherent overall. So, and this is where I kind of bring out the Virentin, because I've noticed when it comes to the Virentin type of pencil, it gives me much more control because it's not that loose. It feels like using a HB pencil in a sense, or a B pencil without having all the grease the B would pop out. So this Virentin type of pencil is something I'm gonna have to get out and buy some more for this type of paper, because it is much better for cleanup than trying to use a 10B, an ebony, a 4B, or just a B type pencil. So it's just, you know, getting the works here and there. And of course, after the previous step I told you, or the previous mental step where it's okay, everything's in structure, now as I clean up, instead of thinking how am I gonna pass over this line, I started thinking, how do I make this look cool? What looks cool? What does my mind see that looks cool when it comes to this kind of drawing? How do I add more expressions as well? You know, it was a bit of a battle between having cool stuff, but then keeping in mind that this is an animated character. So how would it look as it moves, and what makes it looks cool as it moves on that single frame? Kind of nuts, but when it comes to drawing busts, it's much easier to keep those thoughts or those cycles in check, compared to if I was trying to do an action pose where I would have to cycle through, okay, action pose, iconic look, I have to do this, I have to do that, you know. It's just, And then let's not talk about color. I am not even jumping on that boat yet. But for this kind of worked really well, you know. Jess has a really iconic form, so it was really fun to just break it down in a much simpler method than the previous pose, and just have fun adding how can I emphasize on cool eyes or cool smile or cool hair shape. Kind of missing lines on the right and left for the hair, but there's always more that can be added. So that's about it. It's been a fun experience. I'll drop a link to the video for JustJess's channel, and I'll drop a link to her channel at the same time. Damn right. So thanks again. I'm gonna have to have a video about Otakuton and all that, or maybe I already did. Maybe I didn't post it. Lazy me. I gotta get back to freelancing, guys. I will see you all soon. Gonna be dropping in some updates and possible stuff that happened. Oh, and you saw me just add an E instead of that second S. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Later, people.